Well, folks, session is officially underway here in Jeff City, and the threats against our gun rights are coming fast and furious on day one. We have seen almost 3 dozen gun control bills filed on this opening day of session from the fired up Democrats. Much more on that in the days ahead. Today's video is a kind of an overview on where things are here in Missouri and a major warning for gun owners about a new organization. It's called the Missouri Sheriff's Constitutional Firearms Alliance. That's a mouthful. And their attempts to sabotage the Second Amendment. So first, here's some context on where things are in Missouri. Senate Republicans in Missouri have not passed a single pro-gun bill since 2021. I'm going to say it again. While the House has moved gun bills, Senate Republicans here in Jeff City have not passed a single pro-gun bill out of their chamber since 2021. It's been close to 5 years. Of course, as we all know, we have dozens and dozens of rhino Republicans who talk about gun rights. They even file bills they say are pro-gun, but they never actually do anything to try to advance it. And now in this weakness, this overt weakness, a new threat has definitely emerged in the fight for gun rights. Again, it's called the Missouri Sheriff's Constitutional Firearms Alliance. The first day I heard about this organization back in May when they launched, I just had a laugh out loud. I didn't know who was involved, but anytime I hear that many words involved at the same time, Constitutional Firearms and Alliance, you got to know it's BS. And this certainly was. If you go to their website, it looks great. Lots of we the people language and tough pro-gun sounding names. Make no mistake, the number one mission of the Missouri Sheriff's Constitutional Firearms Alliance is to crush the Second Amendment Preservation Act here in Missouri. And the thing is, you do not have to take my word for it. You can simply read the bill they had filed today in the Senate, Senate Bill 955. I'm going to walk you through it. Before I do that, a brief refresher on what we're actually talking about. What is real SAPA law, the Second Amendment Preservation Act? When Missouri passed SAPA in 2021, it prohibited Joe Biden from using the ATF or any other federal agencies. It prohibited them from them using Missouri cops to enforce federal gun control laws. That's how almost all federal gun control laws have been enforced. They use local resources. We told Joe Biden, you can kiss our ass. If you want to enforce federal gun control in Missouri, you're going to have to use your own officers to do it. And we knew they would try to bypass this law through these joint federal gun seizure task forces. So we blocked that avenue off as well with SAPA. And finally, we put civil penalties into SAPA law to make sure if St. Louis or Kansas City, Columbia, Springfield, whatever, when they went to violate that, you individually, we could sue that agency in civil court for damages. That's what we passed in 2021. And it's no surprise a leftist judge struck the law down here several years later. That's also the law that we repassed through the Missouri House just last year, 2025. We've made adjustments to the language to interact with the court's issues with the law, and we're trying to get this thing done again. So it passes the House, dies in the Senate. That's where things were after session ended last year. Now, compare all that to Senate Bill 955, the fake SAPA bill that was filed by the Missouri Sheriff's Constitutional Firearms Alliance. The bill is designed to do simply one thing. It's designed to let the rhinos say they fixed SAPA. Instead, they're going to completely gut it. Here's how they're going to do it. First of all, this language is intentionally vague. Real SAPA law, our legislation, Senator Bratton, Representative Hardwick, clearly spells out what law enforcement cannot do. You cannot enforce federal gun control laws. You cannot be party to federal gun seizures. You cannot assist with ammo seizures. It's very specific. This bill filed today, fake SAPA, it says, quote, no officer can knowingly violate a law-abiding citizen's legal rights regarding firearms, ammo, or accessories. You can see it right here on page 1, the lines 2 through 4. What does that even mean? That's the whole point, right? Nobody knows. It's intentionally very vague. But it gets a lot worse. The second issue is, you can see on this bill, fake SAPA explicitly allows for these federal gun seizure task forces. Again, when we passed SAPA in 21, we knew that the FBI and the ATF under Joe Biden would try to bypass our SAPA law and hire local Missouri cops, put them into a federal task force, and that way they could say, oh no, they're not local cops, they're feds. We knew it was going to happen. That's why we blocked it. This version does the exact opposite. It says, quote, nothing in these sections shall prohibit law enforcement from working on a federal task force. Page 1, line 8 and 9. This alone absolutely kills SAPA law here in Missouri. A third problem, the penalties are completely gutted. Civil penalties are absolutely gone. Instead, and this is so nasty, it is so nasty, you almost have to admire the chutzpah of these people. Instead, this fake SAPA bill filed by the Missouri Sheriff's Constitutional Firearms Alliance, it says the police department, you're going to love it, the police department has to investigate itself in the case of an alleged SAPA violation to see if they actually violated SAPA. I mean, this is crazy. Think about this. St. Louis, Kansas City, Columbia, the very departments most likely to violate SAPA and enforce a Democrat president's federal gun control. These are the agencies who have to investigate themselves, and they get to decide their own punishment because the punishment says that they will decide the punishment, and it could possibly include termination. Absolutely devious, nasty stuff in this bill. It's on page 2, lines 9 through 11. Now, they're going to pivot, they're going to parry, and they're going to try to say that their bill is tough because they allow local prosecutors or the attorney general to bring criminal cases in the event of a SAPA violation. Sounds good, right? You want them to be criminally charged, right? That's what they want you to think. But here's the deal. It only applies in the county where the alleged violation occurred. So if you live in St. Louis County or Jackson or Boone, which is where these violations will likely occur in the first place, you now have to hope that a liberal judge in your county will side against law enforcement in their county and support you. It's absolutely preposterous. In our SAPA legislation, you are allowed to bring these charges in your home county, these civil charges in your home county, or in the right here in Jefferson City. Very much on purpose because we know you'd never get justice in a St. Louis County court when it comes to the Second Amendment. Problem number 5, fake SAPA doesn't protect anyone who is, first of all, under investigation for any crime. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? Under investigation for any crime? Any misdemeanor crime? Felony crime? What are we talking about? What does it mean to be under investigation? This one phrase alone would negate SAPA. Number 2, it says if you're deemed a danger to yourself or others. Well, we all know what that is. That's a red flag gun seizure. So anybody who's under investigation or anybody who could be a danger to themselves is automatically exempted from the Second Amendment Preservation Act. This is an absolute kill shot. No penalties, no authority locally to help protect you. It destroys the idea of what can and cannot be enforced, and it's all being done to gut SAPA while giving rhinos cover. Because remember, this bill is not coming from the Democrats. It's coming from the Missouri Sheriff's Constitutional Firearms Alliance. I mean, the more words they put in there, you know it's absolute BS. And the thing is, the bill wasn't filed by a Democrat either. It's filed by Republican Senator Jason Bean. Now, I know Jason. I've known him for a long time. He's usually solid on the Second Amendment. He told me that this group asked him to file the bill, and he told me that he was unaware of all the ambush points in the bill. Now, I hope that's true, and I'm going to give Jason the benefit of the doubt for the moment. But if this bill gets so much as a committee hearing, we'll know this was no mistake on the part of Senator Bean. Now, here's what you guys can do to help us out right now. Number 1, hit the link below and fire off the pre-written email we've made for you telling your state senator and your state rep to oppose SB 955 or any other fake version of SAPA. any version, because we are being told right now there are state reps. There's one state rep in particular in the House who's already discussing filing a companion bill to SB 955. It would be very bad for Mike in the House to file this bad version of SAPA, because everybody is going to know what this is: a naked effort to gut SAPA and protect rhinos in the legislature. Guys, we're on this. We're watching it very closely. Stay involved. Follow us on email. Follow us on social media. Much more to come. Get involved in this fight. If you haven't yet done so, go to joinmofc.com and get more involved today.